Welcome to the Advice Show, media with the common sense approach. So in El Cajon, California, yesterday, they had a sister of a man that called to ask for help for her mentally disabled brother. He was having some challenges and just needed some help with him. And the El Cajon race soldiers showed up and decided once they got to this man, he was acting erratic, as they claim he was acting. And you will see definitely on the thumbnail and also in this piece that he was mimicking them. He didn't have a gun. He was unarmed, and he's number 217 on the number of black people that have been killed by police in 2016. Now, let's go ahead and roll just the first part of the Facebook Live video that we posted in its entirety for the most part on this channel, and then we'll get into the news report and also a statement from an eyewitness.
The lady is saying she called them for help not to kill her brother, and they shot her brother. Don't come for me. I ain't with it.
Ambulance just showing up.
And the ambulance is just now showing up. They was over there rubbing on him like that's supposed to bring him back to life. They've got over 20 cops out here, and the ambulance is just now arriving. This has been happening for probably about 10 minutes because we've been seeing it from down the street. And so, yeah. She's saying she called the cops to come help her brother, and they killed her brother.
That the El Cajon Police Department has released of a man who was shot and killed at 2:30 this afternoon. After an outcry from protesters, Chief of Police Jeff Davis made this statement.
The male subject paced back and forth while the officers tried to talk to him. At one point, the male rapidly drew an object from his front pants pocket, placed both hands together on it, and extended it rapidly towards the officer, taking what appeared to be a shooting stance, putting the object in the officer's face. At this time, one of the officers with the taser discharged his taser in an effort to subdue the subject. Simultaneously, the officer who had the object pointed at him discharged his firearm, striking the male.
No weapon was found at the scene. Friends of the family of the man who was shot say his sister was the person who was calling police for help after her brother had suffered a psychotic break.
She was in shock. The only thing she could say was, I called for help. I didn't call you people to kill my brother. I asked for help. I've been calling for help. I called 3 times.
I was maybe about 20 to 15 feet away from me, and direct in front of me, I was in my vehicle. And as I was in my vehicle, I see a black male coming out with his hands up, like little kind of, you know, trying to run a little bit. And then I see 2 officers with their firearm loaded. I don't know what to believe. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if they're tasers. I don't know if they're firearms. I just see a black man coming with his hands up and shirt off. As I see that, another officer comes. As the other officer comes with his firearm, one of the officers that were already there released. Immediately, 2-3 seconds after he showed up.
So as you saw with that, you know, every time we look up with these police, they just quick to pull a gun and shoot somebody. It don't matter if they outman someone. It could be 4 of them, 3 of them. It doesn't matter. They don't believe in physical restraint. They don't believe in any of that. They just want to shoot somebody. And that's what I don't understand in this country, especially with the policing. You have the numbers on your side. You can call so many cops to get you to restrain someone, put the handcuffs on them or whatever. You already knew what situation you was going into, but you still want to pull a gun and you want to shoot somebody. That's what you keep doing constantly. And you wonder why people get upset with you and wonder why no one respects you. It's because every time you look up, you're pulling a gun and killing somebody. It's like nobody can, especially black people, can't ask you for nothing, even though our tax dollars go to these police departments to pay for their salaries and everything else. See, now it's added to the list. Well, you know, you can't call the police if you have a family member that's mentally disabled or having some challenges. You may need a little help with them. You can't do that because you'll be calling the death squad. So you can't call the police for anything. If you're selling CDs, you can get killed. You're walking down the street, you can get killed. You're riding a bike, you can get killed. You get in a car accident, come up to them for help, you can get killed. This is a big list of stuff that we get killed for as black people. And no one else in this country lived that like us. Now, I'm not saying other people have been killed in those instances, but we get it a whole lot more than a lot of other people. I mean, if you look at the statistics with black people with police, and this coming from mappingpoliceviolence.org, black people are most likely to be killed by police 3 times more likely than white people. 30% of black victims were unarmed in 2015. Now, I'm going to keep scrolling down here. They said you're 7 times more likely to be killed by police in Oklahoma than Georgia. Now, they say fewer than 1 in 3 black people killed by police in America this year were suspected of a violent crime and allegedly armed. So 69% of the police killings of black people were nonviolent, unarmed, and the 31% is allegedly armed and violent. 97% of the cases in 2015 did not result in any officer involved being charged with a crime. Now, out of all the police shootings they had, only 2 officers in 2015 were convicted. So see, this is where, you know, we're at with it when it comes to black people and policing. Now, every time we look up, you're killing a black man. And then when someone says something about it or black people get upset, I don't know why they got to get upset. You see, the reason why you say this stuff, because, you know, you be putting big billboards, support our police and all this other stuff. But why don't black people do that? Well, black people don't do that because black people are harassed by the police. Black people are killed by the police. Constantly keep seeing this stuff. How is it that you keep saying that we need training? Oh, no, the police got plenty of training. That's not put that out there like they're not being trained, because you're lying. Because I've seen videos where all that police training they're getting go right into it when they're dealing with white folks. But we're dealing with black people, it's like the training's out the window. Forget that. We pulling the gun, we shooting them. That's it. If he survived, she survived, well, it is what it is. Then with this situation, the people were saying that they start confiscating phones. Anybody they saw with the video. Now, they want to say they wasn't doing that, but I believe that because you know what? This stuff is messed up. They already knew what they was going into. It's not like they didn't know with this man. And his name was Alfred Alongo. Now, I want to make a point by his name. He is from an African nation, and his sister's African as well. Now, we need to stop dividing in this country between black people. It don't matter if you're from the Caribbean. It don't matter if you're from an African nation. It doesn't matter if you're born here. If you step foot on this soil, you one of us. I don't care if you got your language, brother or sister. I don't care if you got your culture still, brother or sister. I wish we had the languages and everything just like you. Trust me, I wish we had it like you. But unfortunately, we lost it during slavery. We need to stop dividing within our own people. We need to stick together. Understand, this was African people from an African nation, and they still did this to them. So please put that in your mind. Don't look funny at us as African Americans, because we've been living here a lot longer, and we know what we're dealing with. We know what we're going through. I'm not saying that all of you do that. No, but you know me, I got to call it out for what it is, because we don't need no division between the African diaspora. We need to all stick together on one accord, join together, because one thing about these people, they unified against you. They're not dividing against you. Not at all. We need to be smart, unify, and watch out for each other out here, because we have to stop calling these people for every little thing, because calling them could end up one of us being gone. Now, his sister going to feel like crap for the rest of her life, thinking I call the police to come and help my brother, but my brother ended up dying at the hands of some of these race soldiers. And that would be very hard even for me to deal with if I knew I called them and they killed one of my family members. I mean, this stuff in this country is just horrible. And nothing Donald Trump or even Hillary wants to do to fix any of this. Because what I heard from that debate, Donald Trump is going to make the situation worse. He already telling you what he want to do. Hillary, she just BSing you. It's going to be more of the same. So we will have no end in sight of any of this. And you notice that it's always something with race soldier involved shootings that's causing the unrest, that's causing the division, that's causing all these problems. Just pay attention to that. It's always that entity. It's no other group that's really doing it that you could point to. It's mostly that. Get a hold to that. I'm telling you, that's unraveling the fabric of this nation. Listen to me. America is turning into a third world country. We're about there. We've got riots all the time, division, corruption, police state, all this stuff. Now, you may not like black people. Some of you who watching, I know a lot of you come here and watch the videos and you don't like black people, and that's cool. But if you like America and you want it for yourself, you need to have it enough to say, you know what, maybe I need to get along with them people just enough to keep the country going, at least that much. Because the more and more you dig your heels into that stuff of killing black people unjustly, and, you know, this generation just not going to take it anymore, they going to stand up to it. You're not going to have what you thought you wanted to have with this country. People are tired of it. They keep saying, I'm tired of us getting killed. Once you get a people to a point they have no hope and no reason to live, that is a bad group of people to be around. Get your act together. Get your act together in this country. It's the only thing I'm saying. Get your act together, because America would never go back to the way you know it, the way it's going. Keep supporting the murder of black people if you want to. Keep applauding it. Keep justifying it. Keep making your memes and keep doing all the stuff that you're doing. And you don't realize that the America that you really want, it will never come back. And it's going to be your fault, because those are one individual, but you're supporting a system of slaughtering black people. And you don't think that if you could support a system that slaughters one group of people, do you think anything positive is going to come out of that for everybody? No, it's not. But it's not going to work out good for anybody the route things are going in this country. You guys need to fix this police problem. It's a problem, and it needs to be solved quickly. Make sure you leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Share the video with your friends and family on your social media pages. Make sure you like the video if you like it, and subscribe for more news stories.